So, however you want to do it.
Officer Rostesky see everything?
Okay.
All right.
You want to thank you?
Probably better at explaining this than I am.
Sure, no
It's
problem.
your world.
Hello?
So, I was retained by the Federal Bankruptcy Court.
Okay.
Are we on?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I was retained by the Federal Bankruptcy Court by Trustee Donald Biasi.
Okay.
You have the retention documents in your hand to market the properties, secure the properties. Here's the paperwork from him, which has a copy of that. You can have both of them, along with my card. Instructed to come up and secure the property. I brought a witness with me. We videotaped me securing the property on Sunday.
Okay.
Window was left open. We opened the property. We gained access. We changed the locks. Upon leaving the property, we actually locked the property. Took video tape of everything that was inside the property. I'd been up 6 or 7 times before to try to meet somebody up here. Nobody had ever been up here to see if there's someone living here, whatever. We got notice from the debtor, this gentleman, Mr. Kinnan, who's a nice gentleman. By no means. I'm not saying he's done anything wrong, that we know of. But the debtor had actually handshake agreement with this gentleman to stay here while the property's in bankruptcy, which the property is in control of the bankruptcy court.
Okay.
It's got to stay in control of the bankruptcy court. He cannot be making these types of assertions. So we come in here, we get a letter from a Jamie Resnick, who will have to get you her phone number. She asserts that there's a handshake agreement. Originally, she asserted that the debtor was living here because he was having marital problems. Then we find out that Mr. Kinnan was having marital problems, and he's staying here with his 2-year-old.
Okay.
So, to make a long story short, I was up here for a showing the next day. I was in federal court, state court and federal court regarding this case. I came back. I couldn't show the property yesterday. I come back today. The front door was ajar. My locks are still on it. My key still works. There's a new Nest camera right here on this top left corner.
Okay.
You see the two, but to the left of the gutter.
Yeah.
Below the eave, there's a new one on the front door, just to the left.
Yep.
Mr. Kinnan spent the night here last night, or maybe he didn't.
No,
I don't know if you did.
Yeah, I was here.
He was instructed. He just told the chief and I that he was instructed that the side door was open. We don't know how they gained access because I actually locked the property up when I left. I know that for a fact, so someone's gained access. Came back, installed the cameras, and plugged in the garage door opener again, which I've since disabled. And the only reason I know someone was here is because I saw that I have pictures from the before, when we videotaped it, and we also took pictures. And I have pictures afterwards where I could see clothes removed. And Mr. Kenyon's only doing what he was instructed to do by the debtor, but the federal trustee does not want anyone living here because he cannot give access to anybody here.
Okay.
I understand Mr. Kenyon's got a child. Mr. Kinnan, the trustee is allowing you to get your belongings out of there. If you need time, I'm happy to meet with you to get your crib and any other belongings out of here. I'm happy to work with you on that type of stuff. Nobody's bothered to call me. I know there's been dialogue between you and the attorney in this case.
Yeah, just once the other night.
Yeah, the other night there was an email sent to them. So.
Yeah, still in shock.
You didn't know any of this was going on, I'm sure.
Yeah, no. From my understandings, I had the rental agreement, which was agreed upon prior to his filing. And that everything was on the up and up. And as a renter under tenant law, and I don't know anything about the law or anything, but I was told that I have the right to be here and the right to
Do you have a written agreement?
provide for my son.
Is there a written agreement that was signed and dated and witnessed by anyone?
It's all it is was the handshake agreement. Like what it boils down to is my wife and I separated. I didn't have a place to stay. I have a job that I work ridiculous hours at, 7 days a week, and I have a 2-year-old. So I needed a place within 15 minutes of where my ex-wife is, so that I could continue supporting my son. And I don't want to do anything wrong here. I've never done anything wrong.
No one says you have.
And I just, sorry, I don't do well in high stress. I'm supposed to get my son today at 2 o'clock.
Okay.
And I'm supposed to have him for the rest of this evening and then drop him back off tomorrow morning. I don't have any other place to go. So I'm not really, and I was told that I have every right to be here as a renter. And that's as far as I know, that's my understanding of everything.
Who gave you permission to come back?
I was told by Jamie and Mal that I could come back yesterday.
So Mallory Reeses is the half owner. She's 50% owner of the property.
He's the
Jamie
one I've been
Resnick
paying
is the
rent.
personal assistant of Daniel Reeses, the secretary. I'm happy to work through this with you.
Yeah, no, we're gonna have to
You and I are gonna have
go over
sit
this
down
and
go
write
over
things
this.
down. And
I got an idea. Why don't we figure out what we're doing now?
Sure.
And maybe you take a ride down to police headquarters and you're gonna have to make
Yeah,
copies.
we're gonna
Yeah.
you can have that information. I'll make copies of that. I
Yeah.
have copies on an email.
I'm gonna cut out. Sorry for your
Chief,
dilemma here.
I appreciate
Appreciate it.
Appreciate everyone.
I hope everything works out for you. All right, Chief. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know who just called me from Livingston, but I'll call Richard Trank back and find out if they're or the trustee. You know, I know you guys have had a dialogue back and forth. I don't know where you left off. That's my problem. I'm just here as a realtor capacity and knowing that as per the order that I have, I'm to secure the property, make sure that nobody enters the property, nobody is living in the property, because on the filings that were made with the court, the property was vacant. And this was not his primary residence and there was nobody living here.
Yeah, I was told my rights were violated because I was supposed to have him the day that it was locked, and I showed up and I couldn't bring him.
You know, I'm not giving you advice. It's just in the future, something in writing.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
Only because right now it's he said, she said,
And
and the officer will tell you that.
Yeah, I'm
You know.
36 years old. This is the first place I've ever lived on my own.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I've
I
been
get it.
with my ex for 8 years, and prior to that, I was living with my parents before they moved to South Carolina.
I get it. If
so
it's in
I'm
writing,
just-
at least it's enforceable. Right now,
Right.
we
Yeah.
can't prove when the agreement was made. Like I said, I've been up here. I was up here 4 times just trying to make access to you, or not to you.
Yeah.
If somebody was here,
Right, yeah.
to show up to say, is there somebody living here? Because we don't know who's living here.
Yeah. My,
And we didn't have the
my hours
keys.
are like, I get to work at 5 o'clock in the morning. I work until
Yeah.
probably about 12, and then I have a midday gap.
Right.
I usually come home and shower. That's why I was here the other day midday, and I couldn't get in, so I didn't know what was going on. And then I work evenings too, so I'm not home until like 9:30.
so how were you able to enter the residence?
The side door was open.
Okay, but who
So
opened
you-
it for you?
No one was here opening it for me. I was told that the side door was open and that I could go home tonight, and that my rights were violated, and I wouldn't be doing anything wrong.
And this, who told you this information?
Mal and Jamie Resnick.
Well, Mallory Reeses, R-I-S-I-S. It's Mallory, M-A-L-L-A-R. I believe.
Mallary. Yeah.
Right. And Jamie Resnick, R-S-N-I-C-K, I believe. I can get that spelling out of my phone while if you want to head back to headquarters.
Yeah, and they are exactly what they are.
Mallory is 50% owner.
50% owner, so they still okay.
She's
We're gonna go.
She's one of the property owners, and Resnick is personal assistant to Mallory's husband. You can spend the rest of the afternoon writing this thing up. Sorry.
You know what? You got your ID on you, bud?
I do.
Let me just get that real quick.
While you do that, I'm going to call the
Do what
attorney.
you got to do, and then
Yeah, then I'll call
you got your ID on you also. This way, it's easier when I put it in the computer. Just type in the number, and everything pops up, and instead of writing things down.
Too many IDs OEM.
Thank you, sir.
I have more IDs than I do cash in my pocket. That's it.
All right, let me just take this down.
Central. In the parking lot of CVS on Eagle Rock and Prospect, going to be out with New Jersey tag Bravo 40 Mike Tango Alpha. Bravo 40 Mike Tango Alpha. In the parking lot of CVS. Forward right.
Central.
Yes.
We're clear from the high school. Juveniles were given a curbside adjustment. No complaints.
What's the Yes. I'll be clear for one. Receive. Yes, one Central. Good. You put me on the rigid. Receive.
Comprehensive looking guy.
Let's get a phone number for you.
732-233-7703.
Thank you.
Let me get a phone number for you, sir.
Sure. 609
609
425
425.
2380. So I was told since there is an existing rental agreement intake deal, and I've been living here prior to the filing of the bankruptcy, I have a minor in my care. I have him tonight that I can request everyone to leave.
How long have you been living here?
About a month and a half.
You got all the
maybe a
mail
little less.
forward and everything here?
No, I haven't done any of that yet. I've been staying here because they've been letting me find time to find a new place to live. This is not a permanent thing. This is just for me to try and get everything situated.
We're trying to figure all this out for you, okay? Just
You changed the locks,
let's all stay
disabled the garage door, so
calm and
Oh, yeah.
we'll get it all worked out, okay?
Just
Don't
my
worry.
anxiety's too
No,
much,
that's
because
why
I've
I'm
never
telling
been
you.
in trouble.
That's why I'm telling you. Just
pajama was
stay.
This is the most police interaction I've ever had.
Yeah.
Other than my uncle.
I mean, listen. If it all comes down to it, I know it's just for today and all that because you have your kid today and all. How much stuff do you have in there that's
All my stuff. All my stuff, yeah. All my clothes, all kitchen appliances, food. A few weekends ago, my best friend passed away, and my parents came up and stayed with me, and they helped buy stuff and furnish the house. So there's quite a lot of stuff in there. So it's not like I can just grab it today.
No, I get that. That's. I wouldn't expect you to grab everything. Who might this be now?
That's Mallory Reese is the homeowner.